A power shift is on display in the Class 3A championship game. Dubuque Hempstead and Cedar Rapids Kennedy each turned around their seasons and willed their way to battle for the gold. Oh yeah, it's on Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Soccer Championships is provided by...
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Whether you live in rural Iowa or in the big city, the Iowa Network Services family of companies and your local provider are working together to keep you connected by offering technology and business solutions like internet, data networking, and other business services. The INS family of companies keeping communities connected today and tomorrow.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2014 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It's time for state championship soccer in high definition. Iowa Public Television is here at the County Stadium in Des Moines for the Class 3A state championship as the Mustangs of Dubuque Hempstead take on the Cougars of Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Hi, Get Everyone with Justin Forster. I'm BJ Shaven. An interesting matchup here in Class 3A. I don't know if many teams or many people would have predicted this matchup for the 3A state championship, but here we are. The Cougars have fought their way here. The Mustangs have just used their offensive explosiveness to get here.
Absolutely, BJ. Two evenly matched teams in Kennedy and Hempstead. Dubuque Hempstead have a very good defensive unit, and it's just a matter of can they now withhold the attack from Kennedy.
Let's keep our eye on some of these players that are going to be hitting the field today. And for Dubuque Hempstead, well, you got to take a look at Alicia Duxini. She's been electric in these games so far.
Yeah, Duxini leads in goals and assists so far this year. The question is, will they play as a false nine and behind the center forward and breaking from that position, using space and behind? Fantastic player to watch.
And of course, for Cedar Rapids Kennedy, you know, the reason why they're here is because of their defense. And at net, Olivia Weigel has been so strong.
Well, Olivia Weigel, 1 goal in postseason. That's all she's conceded so far. She's been outstanding, and can she keep the momentum going forward in this championship game?
What a beautiful crowd on hand for this 3A state championship. But before we get it underway, let's go to the public address announcer, Al Hilton, with a very prestigious honor.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Golden Plaque of Distinction Award honors the Iowa coach who has demonstrated a successful career while making notable contributions towards school, community, and the coaching profession. Presenting this year's Golden Plaque is Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Director Mike Dick and Soccer Administrator Jason Esslinger. The 2014 soccer recipient is Jim Wright of Urbandale. Jim has been a champion for the sport of soccer in Iowa since he began organizing and coaching Des Moines area high school teams prior to the sanctioning of Iowa Girls High School Soccer in 1998. After serving 6 years as an assistant coach, Jim has been the head coach at Urbandale High School for the last 13 seasons. He has guided the Jayhawks to 4 state tournament trips and has been named the Central Iowa Metropolitan League Conference Coach of the Year 3 times. He was the 2007 finalist for National Coach of the Year and in 2008 was named the National Federation of High Schools Iowa Girls Soccer Coach of the Year. Jim has devoted countless hours towards high school soccer. He is the past president of the Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association and has chaired the state tournament all-tournament selections for over 10 years. He has also served on the Iowa Athletic Council, the Iowa High School Athletic Association Soccer Advisory Committee, and is a member of the National Soccer Coaches Association of America. Jim and his wife Karen have 2 children, Tanya and Patrick, along with grandchildren Xavier and Natalia. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting this year's Golden Plaque of Distinction Award from Urbandale, Jim Wright.
Congratulations to Jim Wright of Urbandale, winning a very prestigious honor as we're about ready to get the teams introduced before the crowd here this afternoon. Again, it's the Class 3A Girls State Soccer Championship here on Iowa Public Television. We're coming to you from County Stadium in Des Moines. Here's Al Hilton once again.
Now let's meet the teams for competing for the Class 3A State Championship. The visiting team, the Dubuque Hempstead Mustangs. Reserves for Hempstead, Savia Hull, Kaylee Weiland, Kristen Sebastian, Martha Kratz, Libby Harmon, Caitlin Huss, Mariah Morris, Erica Cohn, Margaret Kratz, Lily Faber, Kayla Felderman, Isabel Mejia, Sabrina Scales, Olivia Miller, and Brenna Hall. The head coach is Sean Esterhazen. Assistant coaches Tom Cole and Tom Bitter. The home team will be the Cedar Rapids Kennedy Cougars. Reserves for Kennedy, Madison Palmer, Morgan Pecci, Emily Sauce, Marcy Christensen, Anna Frericks, Carly Ellsworth, Millette DeVore, Alyssa Waterhouse, Alex Ploshton, Jamie Vogel, Casey Deco, and McKenna Shares. The head coach is Scott Myers. Assistant coaches Ben Arp and Tony Weiss. And now the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Kaylee Coble, Abby Harbin, Alicia Duxini, Allison Bitter, Lakeland Owens, Holly Bitter, Callie O'Hare, Rachel Bybee, Carly Risen, Riley Adams, and Courtney Behringer. The starters for the Cougars. Olivia Weigel, Carly Langhurst, Sydney Hayden, Abby Helwig, Emily Feltus, Jordan Holmes, Jessica Wagner, Annie Feltus, Kayla Dickerman, Alyssa Drulo, and Lyndon Reynolds. Your officials, the referee is Nasser Sinanovich, first assistant Rich Voyak, second assistant Ernesto Garcia, the fourth official is Rod Doherty. Good luck to both teams and let's play championship soccer!
So we are ready to go. It is time for the Class 3A State Championship. Dubuque Hempstead will be wearing their away uniforms in green and with a big white stripe. And for the Kennedy Cougars, wearing their home white uniforms with green numbers. Of course, Kennedy, 15-6 on the year, had a coaching change about 5 games into the season when Scott Myers became their head coach. That's when Andrew McKnight resigned to take a position with the Iowa City Police Department. At that time, Kennedy was 4-1. Again, they've got loads of talent. And then they turned it around for Hempstead. Here's a team that last year got bounced out in the semis by Dowling Catholic. They've got T-shirts. They've got it all that says we have unfinished business. And, you know, going back to last year, now today they're going to try to wrap it up and bring home some hardware to Dubuque. Those who traveled down to Dubuque went past the Field of Dreams and probably got within an eye shot of Kevin Costner, but glad to see him here at the Field of Dreams for Hempstead here this afternoon as we get the Class 3A state championship underway. Let's hope it doesn't turn into a nightmare with the weather. The winds are gusting out of the southeast at 26 and actually blowing as hard as up to 40 we've clocked out here at the county stadium, and a temperature right at 83 degrees. So Hempstead is going to start with a wind at their face to begin this one as they try to punch it down south. And for the Kennedy Cougars, well, they've got the wind at their back. 15-6 for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And for the Hempstead Mustangs, they have 2 defeats this year. One to Linn-Mar, who was top ranked in the state. The other to Iowa City West 2-1. Now they did beat Kennedy right before the end of the regular season, a score of 3-1. So these two teams are familiar with one another. And we've already seen that that really doesn't mean very much once you get to the state championship game. North Scott avenged a loss in the 2A title game just a few moments ago in overtime as they knocked down Waverly Shell Rock 2-1. Rose Ripslinger and company getting things done in the 1A championship game as Davenport Assumption knocked off Nevada again 3-0. So right away, a couple of shots on goal, and holding steady is Kaylee Coble, the sophomore for Dubuque Hempstead. She's been standing on her head, so to speak. Hempstead on a 13-game win streak, entered the postseason ranked 4th in the state. Of course, the turning point of the season was that 2-1 loss to Iowa City West, in which they gave up 3 goals since then, since that loss in the last 13 games. That's why they've been so hot, thanks in large part to Coble. Hempstead will put it in play. And Justin, you know what it's like to coach a hot goalie. You just don't say anything to him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great coaching.
Goalkeepers are a different breed, to be honest with you. A best mate of mine was a goalkeeper, and I played center back, so I played in front of him. I just let him deal with it. I took some abuse from him at times.
So here on the far side, again, Kennedy wearing their home whites, both teams with green and white. But Hempstead going to be the dark green uniforms with white numbers. And Kennedy wearing their home whites with green numbers. 3A title game. Last year it was the Central Iowa Metro League that dominated it, as you had an all-CIML final with Ankeny and Dowling Catholic. This year, state soccer tournament has really belonged to Eastern Iowa. And so Hempstead ready to go. Kennedy, of course, their marquee win of the season was in the regional final, in which they knocked off top-ranked Linn-Mar 1-0. Offensively, what can we expect out of these two teams today?
Well, BJ, I've noticed with Dubuque Hempstead, Duxini has now moved out on the right-hand side for the start of this game. So maybe this is a little bit of a tactical change from the coaching staff. Coach Bitter, I think, has maybe seen something on Kennedy's left flank that maybe she can expose.
Runnels will put it in play towards the net. The big kick, which is bounced back out. She really put her foot into that one. Of course, using the wind, that's what Kennedy has to do. The pressure's really on the team in the first half that has the wind at their back to try to get something done offensively. And you've seen a couple of different times already, Kaylee Coble has had to come up to get the ball. Here's her goals against percentage, or save percentage on the season. And the Cougars trying to attack here. Dickerman will toss it in. She's going to be going on to play soccer. As you take a look at Scott Myers, the head coach of Kennedy. he was pretty frank with us, said, you know, this team's got talent. It's just a matter of how they put it all together, and they did it at the right time. Here is Dickerman. Again, we'll be playing soccer at Louisville. Coach Myers, of course, being assisted by Ben Arp, but it beat Bettendorf 3-1 in the quarters. Waukee, they took them down 1-0 in the semifinals to get to this championship game. Now a corner kick forthcoming. Here's Annie Feltus. Puts her right foot into it, bends it towards the net, and this one's going to be kicked in by Kennedy. The Cougars strike first here in the 3A title game. It's been tough to defend the corner kicks all day. Here's Feltus. Watch her put her foot into it.
It's a fantastic corner by Feltus. Bounces around. Comes off. Looks like it comes off the far post. The defender marking on the far post came off a knee into the roof of the net.
Dickerman was very close. We just got word that they're actually going to credit it to Feltus, who will play her soccer at Mount Mercy. She had an assist in the Bettendorf game, now getting credited with a goal. And this one on the corner. We're thinking it should be a goal for Kayla Dickerman. But Feltus will get it. Nonetheless, Kennedy has a 1-0 lead here early on Dubuque Hempstead. Hempstead, you know, they fell down early on against Dowling Catholic in the semifinals, held their composure, and you can see right away the way that they belted the ball down the field. Really a team that stays composed.
BJ, they also, Dubuque Hempstead also had a nervy start against Dowling Catholic in the semi-final, and then found their feet and relaxed and just got into the rhythm of the match.
How big was that corner kick? Here come the Cougars again. Boy, trying to streak it into the front, and an offsides will be called against Kennedy, trying to get out in front of themselves. As Drulo was the one on the charge that time for Kennedy. 1-0 your score. Kennedy striking first. And the Cougars back on the prowl with Dickerman. Boy, Berenger trying to fend her off over on that far side. That's going to be a great matchup all day.
Yes, absolutely, BJ. Just looking at this with the wind behind Kennedy, they are going to press. They're going to press hard here. You can see they're going to press. What's nice, they're pressing from the back, so they get the outside backs going forward. It's going to cause problems for Dubuque on the flanks.
Now they shoot it out ahead. Here comes Hempstead on the prowl. This is Duxini. Going to go to the footwork, trying to get past the defender, but well played by Kennedy. Jessica Wagner, the junior, held strong as Duxini looked to go after her. So now we'll await a foul called and a free kick forthcoming as Duxini will put it in play. Wagner had to do what she could to try to stop the play. Now Duxini will launch it towards the net. It's up, and it's going to be hauled in by Weigel. Again, she has allowed just one goal in the postseason. And the main reason why Kennedy has been on this power surge in the postseason. Back down the field. Hempstead will keep it in. So does Kennedy. Here come the Cougars. This is Feltus. Left foot towards the center. And it'll be kicked away by Hempstead. Feltus towards the middle. And it will be scooped up there by Koval. So 18 wins by Dubuque Hempstead, the most in school history. That was fueled by just only allowing 13 goals this season, which is also the fewest in school history. They made some history, huh? Put it in the books.
Absolutely, definitely. Put that one in the books, in the bag. But let's see what happens here. Another set piece.
Lyndon Runnels with a right foot. That one headed back out. Now Berenger keeps it up. And here's Koebel again. Some tense moments for Mustang fans as Koebel quite unsure on that play. Now back towards the center. Kennedy up 1-0 thanks to a corner kick goal. And really can breathe a sigh of relief. They strike first with the wind at their back, which has been the biggest weapon. Gusts of up to 40 miles an hour. Right now blowing steady out of the southeast at 26. And Harbin will punch it ahead. And sent right back by Weigel.
That's actually very good from Weigel. She's playing a high line at the back, so anything that's played through, she can come out and collect, pass it, clear it.
Now they try to go to Duxini out ahead. And look at this, Duxini free with an open net, gets it into the net, and we're tied at 1. We talked about how Weigel would gamble. You mentioned her playing up from the line, and Duxini punches it through.
Well, that's definitely a gamble, BJ. If you're playing the ball in on the ground into the wind, it's going to hold up a bit. So as a goalkeeper, your line has got to be really high. As we look at this again, Duxini with a tremendous amount of pace snuck inside the defender and said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that."
Now we're on. It's the 3A state championship, tied up at 1. A bevy of offensive activity here so far, and we're only just over 10 minutes into this one.
Yeah, we're in for an exciting encounter today, BJ.
The 3A state championship. Kennedy owns 2 state championships of their own back in 09 and 12. Dubuque Hempstead in search of their first ever state title here in soccer. Now from the side, Kennedy with Vogel. Hempstead just measuring up this win. We've seen it in the 2 previous state championships. It's taken teams a little bit longer to try to do that. And they were able to conquer it a moment ago. Now we get some subs into the game for Kennedy. Checking in is going to be Marcy Christensen and also Anna Frericks. They'll come in for the Cougars, tied at 1.
BJ,
now here's Duxini again.
BJ, that was a little bit of a tactical change on the substitutions for Dubuque Hempstead. They moved Duxini into more of a central position, and like you saw in the goal, she broke from the central position. So she's playing in underneath in the midfield. So hopefully that's going to help them out. Good change.
Here's Duxini, will punch it low. With jostling for the ball, now they go to the outside. Now Duxini, who's back towards the middle. They'll still keep it in play. Point Duxini is hurt. And that will stop the clock as Alicia Duxini, who just scored a goal a moment ago for Dubuque Hempstead, is now down on the turf. See your numbers on the season: 52 points, 15 goals, but 22 assists. Been a huge part of the center as we take a look at what happened here.
That was a little bit of a late challenge there, BJ. Carly's very lucky to have got away with that. That was a late challenge.
And it looks like Coach Sean Esterhuizen going to be going to his bench here. Again, Hempstead and Kennedy all tied at 1. So we want to remind you that coming up at the halftime, it'll be time for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Girls State Track and Field Championships, as Iowa Public Television proud to be the new home for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships. Paul Yeager will be standing by for the highlights of this year's State Track and Field Championships, which were held back in May at Drake Stadium here in Des Moines. It's all here on Iowa Public Television. There's some Mustang fans making their way here from Dubuque. Looks like they're trying to get a windburn today. Forget about the sun, it's all about the wind. As you see, Duxini going to be carried off by her coach, Sean Esterhuizen. And there's the bench of the Kennedy Cougars and Scott Myers. And that's tough to see for Duxini to be hurt.
Hopefully this isn't a critical injury for Dubuque Hempstead, because Duxini is such an influential player.
The coach saying that's a little bit further out than I'm used to, so I needed to get an assist. So his assistant is coming over to help Duxini, and you can tell she's in a lot of pain here in this 3A state championship game. Just a sophomore, but will have to be attended to by the trainers. So we get back into action here. Closing in on the 27-minute mark of this first half. Kennedy and Hempstead all knotted up at a goal apiece, and Duxini, a major part of that offense. You saw the points that she's amassed this year, but Hempstead really does have a terrific team philosophy. One player goes out, another player comes back in and can provide a lift.
Yes, BJ, and they've got the depth within their squad, which does help. And you know, if you have a leading scorer that goes out, then you have the next player that comes in and steps up.
Libby Harmon in her place for Duxini. Who's out, we'll have to keep an eye on that. As ready to lay it in here is Lakeland Owens. And coming up to play the ball is Weigel. She's been a gambler and allowed just her second goal of the postseason here just a few moments ago. Battle of 17s over on that far sideline as Vogel of Kennedy was taking on Hempstead's Margaret Kratz, the sophomore. And we still hold it 1. Right at midfield. Here's Harmon. Going to be tossing it in. And now we got some substitutions coming into the game as Casey Risen, who's in now for Kennedy. They've got Sydney Hayden, who's back in, along with Kayla Dickerman and Alyssa Drulo. .25 minutes, or nearing that 25-minute mark here in the first half in the 3A title game. And this one will stay with Hempstead. Took them a while to figure out the win, but now they're really getting their offensive game plan in motion.
Yes, they are, BJ. They've figured it out. You know, yesterday they also went down early in the game, came back. They figured things out. They've got the ball down. And now they're playing into the wind. It's good. They're keeping it on the ground, which is important.
They're going to have to do it without their star, Alicia Duxini. The sophomore is out with a leg injury, which is always going to be difficult because she was a big part of that middle.
Yes, absolutely. And they've also got Alison Bitter at the back, who's a pillar of strength. She can win anything in the air. She just won that one, kicked it out of bounds. So, you know, they've got an all-round squad here, which will help out.
Kennedy, a team we mentioned that is putting it all together here to make it here to the state final. They have 4 players that'll be going on to play college soccer. Now they try to force it back to the middle. little bit of high kicks, and Hempstead able to clear it. Harbin out a hit, trying to hit the Harmon. And Harmon towards the net, and it'll be caught by a Weigel. So Hempstead tying this one up at 1, and now a foul called on Kayla Dickerman. She was challenging Abby Harbin here. Harbin looking up and saying almost as if, are you kidding me? That was a little rough on the back.
As she gingerly gets up from the ground. However, Kayla knew she did it, got up, put her hands up, said, I apologize.
Keep the card in your pocket, Mr. Referee. So now a free kick coming up. Callie O'Hare goes towards the middle. This one's up in the air, and no one able to really judge it. And this one flipped up, and it goes back over the top of the net. Boy, that one had an awkward backspin on it.
I tell you what, BJ, if that didn't get a deflection, it looked like it was going in the top corner. Let's have a look here. She hit that with power.
That was a great attempt there on the play by Casey Risen. She had a goal against Dowling Catholic in the semifinals. And now from the corner towards the net, and stepping up in front of it was Weigel. Just went right in front of the defender to pick that one off. And here come the Cougars. Quick strike down the field as they try to make it in play, and this one almost a busted play. As Drulo was trying to get some an inside lane to the ball.
On that note there, BJ, Alison Bitter just ran the length of the field to clear that ball out. So fantastic recovery run.
Morgan Petch coming into the contest here for Kennedy. Here's Petch with the ball. They're dribbling it to the center, trying to find a teammate. Will they go wide? Fending off Behringer. Now will go with the shot, and this one's going to be hauled in by Coble. Had some great vision on the ball, did Coble, to track it out. First half, Hempstead and Kennedy each matching each other with a goal. And Hempstead back to work. This one's still in play. And it will go to Kennedy. Abby Hellwig with good positioning along the near sideline. The Cougars, who were launching the ball deep early on, Coach Forster, have had a tough time being able to get their offense on track. They've kind of gone away from that game plan, using the wind to their advantage.
Yes, and they're a good team. I mean, they've got all the talent in the world, but, you know, it's having the talent and putting it together and gelling as a team. They have the ability to play the ball on the ground. They're panicking. They're just launching the ball forward when they can bring it down and just pass and move and just wait for the opportunities.
So it'll be Hayden ready to toss it in from that far sideline. She actually leads Kennedy in goals scored this year with 16. And again, the positioning not there, and Hempstead able to fend off the challenge. Boy, just good, outstanding soccer there right at midfield. Dickerman able to punch it low, and Coble will come up to intercept. Heads collide there, and taking the punishment is Abby Harbin, as she and Lyndon Runnels collided heads, and I think Harbin's really hurt. You can hear that knock all the way around County Stadium. Harbin will remain in. That wasn't your normal thud. For stick-to-itiveness with the ball. Kennedy looking to find some space. And look at this play. Hayden gonna strike, but she can't, as it was just tipped away right at the last second by Hempstead's Lakeland Owens. Oh, and here we go. A foul will be called. This one going against Kennedy. What happened on that play?
But we're going to be in for a physical battle today. It was just a little shoulder barge. You know, you can't get your arm across players like that and knock them out the way. You can't grab their shirts. I might have given a free kick earlier for the challenge in the air on Abby Hardin in the midfield, you know, especially with the clash of heads.
Through the halfway point in the first half with Justin Forster. This is BJ Shaven. We're at the Class 3A State Soccer Championship here at County Stadium in Des Moines on Iowa Public Television. It's game number 3 of the day. The 1A State Championship going to Davenport Assumption in Class 2A. North Scott bringing home the hardware for the first time. Here Hempstead tied up the game after falling down 1-0. As Hempstead is in search of their first ever state championship, Kennedy trying to go for their third. Here's Dickerman. Both teams playing a lot. There's a lot of action right at midfield here over the last couple of minutes. Hayden from the corner along the baseline, centers it, and this one goes through for Kennedy. Hayden finds Dickerman. Make that Drulo, and it's a 2-1 lead for Kennedy.
BJ, one of them were bound to score. As you see, beautiful control, ball laid in, fantastic goal by Dickerman, just sliding through.
So Drulo able to get the goal. And that's going to be her 11th goal of the season.
Drulo's goal was fantastic. Her movement, just tucking inside the defender in front of the goalkeeper and just sliding the ball past her.
Kennedy feeling the advantage again. Takes a 2-1 lead here on Hempstead. Seen a lot of scoring here in the first half, putting a lot of pressure on these keepers. And this one will stay with Kennedy. Quick toss again. Sydney Hayden with the assist, and Alyssa Drulo with the goal. .15:44 to play here in the first half. Hempstead and Kennedy. These two teams played earlier this year, with Hempstead winning it 3-1 over Kennedy. And of course, Hempstead going to have to try to come from behind here without the services of Alicia Duxini, who went out of the game with a leg injury. She has scored the lone goal here for Hempstead so far. And Duxini actually back in there, hobbled a little bit and got the okay, so she just checked back into the game. Here she is at number 3, right in the middle of your screen. So that's probably good for Hempstead to see Duxini back into the contest.
Yes, it is. It's encouraging. She's okay, given the all clear. Come back in. Can you do a job now? Can you go in and cause some problems? Get the tying goal, possibly.
Maybe a Bernard King moment coming up for Alicia Duxini.
Let's not put too much pressure on her.
Getting injured, coming back, carried off the field. Bad knees and all, and out there swinging away. Speaking of big swings, Kennedy has had that so far, now looking for another opportunity here. And Hempstead will close in on the ball. There's Duxini. And that was fancy footwork, folks. Not too many things you can do when you have a player that can dribble the ball like that. When the ball gets up in the air like this, entertainment abound. Down the field, and here comes Kennedy, another opportunity. And well defended by Hempstead. Allison Fitter. She hit the game-winning goal, their go-ahead goal, and the game winner it turned out to be. And we're defending position for Hempstead the other day in the semifinals. And back into the ball game here for Kennedy is going to be Alyssa Waterhouse. Waterhouse in for the Cougars, and the Mustangs wisely just punched this one out to regroup. Two-1 Kennedy. Hempstead trying to answer the call here. A lot of possession time for Kennedy over the last couple of minutes. And here come the Cougars. This ball going deep. And it will be out, so the Cougars will throw it in. And we're going to get time as Berenger will come back in for Dubuque Hempstead. Also back in, Mariah Morris, the freshman, in for Hempstead. And for Kennedy, Marcy Christensen will check into the ball game. This one down deep and will be picked off by Kaylee Coble. She's had her work cut out for her today. Has yielded 2 goals, but really has done a pretty admirable job as she'll step up and field this one.
I think that's a better option from the goalkeeper, throwing it out from the back, just so they can keep possession. Every time she punts it out, the Kennedy midfield are winning it because they've made it very, very compact.
Feltus went for the positioning there, and it's out. And we'll go to Hempstead. 11 minutes to play. Kennedy holding the lead here at 2-1. And now another substitution as Millette DeVore will come in. She'll spell Jessica Wagner. There's DeVore. She'll send it towards the middle, and this one's headed or redirected away. Hempstead just trying to punch their way out of that. O'Hare couldn't clear it. Out of the far right side, that's Deco. And this one will be last touched, and it will stay with Kennedy with a corner kick forthcoming. And it looks like we've got a substitution into the game. Coming in for Kennedy, it's going to be Annie Feltus, the senior. She will come in for Deco. So Feltus will do the corner kick here. 2-1, Kennedy with the lead and an offensive opportunity here. Again, trying to play the breeze. Towards the net, uses her right foot. It's a short line drive. Still in the offensive zone. And here's Feltus, will punch it towards the net. Noble had it for a second, but it came off of her glove. And this one towards the net, and then it just goes wide left. Kennedy with a point-blank shot opportunity, and they hooked it.
It was a great opportunity, BJ. Outstanding performance in the box there from Dubuque Hampstead. It's a little bit like the Battle of Dunkirk right now.
When Alyssa Waterhouse grimacing, here's another corner kick towards the net. This one's up and it goes through. Kennedy with their third goal of the game. Feltus was the one to punch it from the corner. And I believe it Karen off of the head of a player. Will identify that player now. I believe it was Jamie Vogel who was right in the neighborhood. See how the official score calls it. But it's a 3-1 lead for Kennedy. Vogel getting the goal, and it's a 3-1 Kennedy lead. Wow, the pressure now squarely on Hempstead here with 8:20 to play in the first half.
Again, BJ, it was from a set piece, corner. From our, when we're looking at the field from our left, in swinger. Vogel managed to get in front of the defender. Lovely flick on over the goalkeeper's head. Straight off the training park.
How much of an, obviously, 2-goal lead is huge. Anywhere you're at. But again, to do it with the win, knowing Hempstead's going to have the wind at their back. Coming up in the second, I mean, still 7:50 to play here in the first half. Hempstead needs to do something.
Yes, absolutely. If I was Hampstead now, I would probably try and keep it as compact as possible. Not allow Kennedy to play. Not allow them any opportunities on the ball. Press them hard for the last 7 minutes. 2 goals is nothing. Go into the second half with the wind behind you. You'll have the added advantage.
Duxini, who will do the toss here. Go track down the ball here first before we can play as that clock continues to tick. 7:20 to go. Duxini from the near side. Now we'll get it back on the return. And it will stay with Hempstead. 3-1 your score. Now we've got a substitution here. Abby Harbin is back in for Hempstead. And Kennedy will bring in Jessica Wagner into the game along with Alyssa Drulo. Just scored a goal a few moments ago. And a well-deserved rest. And here we have action out in the middle, but it's able to be cleared by Kennedy. Well, the Cougars have been living and gambling with Olivia Weigel at net. And so far, coming up really good. Now this one will be wide. Well, that's an opportunity here for Kennedy here. Take a look at the gamble, though, again by Weigel. Trying to harness in that energy might be tough to do with Weigel in net.
Well, I tell you, BJ, she's brave, very brave. Understandably, that's why she only conceded 1 goal in postseason. She's proving it here. She's coming out, battling for everything in the box. Let's see.
5:44, Feltus pounds the ball in. Of course, there's 2 cousins, Emily and Annie Feltus, playing here for Kennedy. Now Behringer. Well, this one going deep here for Kennedy. Hayden into the corner. Sends it back to the middle. Duxini. Big moves just to clear it. Now we go downfield. Trying to track it down was Harbin. And this one will stay in play for Berenger. Want to remind you, coming up the half, we'll talk to the head coach of Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Scott Myers. Then we'll also have girls state track and field highlights. And we'll have highlights of the first half of this one, and there are plenty with a score of 3-1. 4:30 to play here in the first half. 3-1 Kennedy on Hempstead. So Kennedy getting everything they wanted and more with the wind at their back. And now a foul here called against Feltus. And a free kick coming here for Hempstead.
I must say, BJ, I've been really impressed with the referee. He's allowed the game to flow. He's played advantage. This is what we're looking for.
By the way, the Iowa High School Girls Athletic Union always looking for officials. So if you have interest of officiating soccer into the future, log on to the Iowa High School Girls Athletic Union website to find out more information. Now down the field. Hempstead able to get it back. The back line has been challenged here in the first half. And, you know, Kennedy, I don't know if they've really played anything differently because of the wind is at their back. This has just been their game here in the postseason. Their style of play. Attack, attack, attack.
Yes, it has, and they have the players to do it. Like I said, you bring talent together. It's how you can bring the dynamics and have them do their job, specific roles within the field. You know, are you going to hold in the midfield? Are you going to attack from the midfield? Are we going to have one holding and two attacking from the midfield? They're doing a great job of it, and it looks like they're enjoying it.
Well, you should with the 3-1 lead in the 3A state championship, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Still a second half to play, though.
Inside of 3 to play. And Hempstead will go in with the toss in here by Isabel Mejia. And still along that baseline, trying not to kick it out, and it did go out. So here we go, another corner kick opportunity for Kennedy. Well, Hempstead was trying to hem that line along the baseline to make sure the ball would not go out, and here come the Cougars again from the corner. Annie Feltus trying to add to their 2-goal lead here with 2:10 to play in the first half. Still plenty of soccer, but this is a huge, huge opportunity for Kennedy. Feltus towards the net. This one's up, it's deflected up and over. I believe Coble might have gotten her right hand on it to deflect it up and over. So we'll do it again.
Dubuque Hempstead don't want to be conceding corners at this stage of the game, especially with the ability that Kennedy have.
Feltus again, this one up high towards the middle, and we have a foul. This one will go the other way. Boy, they can breathe a sigh of relief now, can Hempstead.
Look at how compact Kennedy have made that midfield. It's so hard to win the ball there if you're in a green shirt.
Really clamped it in together and left the outsides open.
Yes, and you know that's good coaching on their part. You know, if it's on one side of on a goal kick, generally you want your whole team to come across. You split the field in half and you make it as compact as possible. You know, it's difficult to win the ball in those scenarios if you don't make it compact yourself.
45 seconds to play here in the first half. Again, state track and field highlights coming up at intermission. Now a foul here called against Hempstead. And also we'll be talking to Scott Myers of Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Get his thoughts on this first half, as his team is out in front 3-1 on Hempstead in the 3A title game. So 10 seconds, nearing that mark here. As I'm sure Hempstead's happy to get out of here without yielding any more goals, because Kennedy has had some opportunities there, but down 2. But they will have the wind at their back and plenty of time on the clock, and that will be the end of the first half. So Cedar Rapids Kennedy getting things done with the corner kicks. They take a 3-1 lead into the locker room here at the half. So very impressive first half here by Kennedy. The challenge now before Dubuque Hempstead here for the second half, as again the Cougars lead it 3-1 here on Dubuque Hempstead. And we'll be hearing from Scott Myers, the head coach from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, here in a moment. But man, he's getting everything I think he wanted in that first half.
Yes, absolutely, BJ. You know, 2 goals, he's got to be a little more conservative now, because 2 goals is nothing. You know, Dubuque Hempstead are going to come out with the 2-goal difference, and they get one, they're back in the game. I think the key is for Dubuque now is don't give any set pieces away. Don't give away free kicks. Try not to give away corners, because they are lethal. Kennedy are lethal when it comes to set pieces.
Coach Scott Myers ready to be joining us. Has to be very happy. His team had their win at the back, and they cashed in 3 goals so far here in the first half, as they have the lead at 3-1 here on Dubuque Hempstead in the 3A title game. And Coach Myers, you have to be happy, right? You got what you wanted. You got the win at your back, and you put 3 goals in the net.
You know, we can't be too easy on ourselves, because you know, we did give up a goal there at a little bit of a lack of communication. But sure, we're definitely happy. Why wouldn't you be? You're up 3-1, right?
Coach Myers, you've been very solid in the midfield, and going into the second half, into the wind, what would your strategy change be?
Well, you know, oddly enough, I mean, we haven't been playing the way we really want to. We just want the ball on the ground to begin with. So I think we'll look to keep that ball on the ground and take the wind out of the play, and then do our best not to give up some corners, because we can obviously see that's going to have some play today. But just maybe a little tactical change, and just try to possess the ball a little bit.
You've been really, really outstanding off your corner kicks. Is this something that you've practiced in training?
I'll be honest, no. We probably worked on it maybe 2 days the entire season. So we trust the girl that's out there, and we put in 2 little plays that they like, and we just let them run with it.
Coach, those are 2 very good days of practice. Great start by your team. Scott Myers joining us here at the half. It's time now to find out what happened at the State Track and Field Championship. Standing by in the studio is Paul Yeager. Paul.
All right, BJ, thank you very much. We are at halftime of the Class 3A State Soccer Championships in studio with West Des Moines Dowling coach. One of the coaches is Jim Kirby, and he's with us now and analyzing, breaking everything down. And the sprints are pretty good in this state.
We have a lot to be proud of in the sprint area and for Iowa. How about everybody knows Lolo Jones in the hurdles, but does everybody know that Natasha Kaiser-Brown, also a Roosevelt grad, Olympian, she has the record still in the 100-meter dash. 11.50.
Could anybody break it this weekend? Let's find out as we head out to the famous Blue Oval at Drake University for some fantastic action. Katie Moshman is in lane 4. Danny Reichertz from Dunkerton in lane 5. Those are your top 2 returners. One placed 3rd, the other 4th last season. In the middle, Moshman just pulls away at the end. Reichertz is giving chase, but just not enough as she runs out of time before the tape. Great finish there for the Montezuma runner, the sophomore. Moshman, I'm sure we'll see her again. Reichertz is 2nd, and Mallory Vaughter is 3rd from BCL-UW. In Class 2A, Maddie Bell is in lane 5. Natalie Hoffman is in 4 from St. Ansgar, and it's all the way down to the tape. Great finish, but it goes to Maddie Bell of Hudson in Class 2A. Hoffman would get 2nd, and we go to 3A. Could we get a repeat winner here? Rose Ripslinger is in lane 5. She's had a great weekend. Could she do it again? The Assumption senior does it with a time of 12.20, sets a record there. Carrie Defoe from ADM Adel is 2nd, and Olivia Loy, another good weekend for her from Anamosa, is 3rd. Now in 4A, Jalen Roberts-Lewis is in lane 4. Her teammate, Brianna Carter, is in lane 5. They are very good in the 4x1. Can they do it in the 100 themselves? It is Jalen Roberts-Lewis, an outstanding weekend. She sets a record as well. She's headed to Illinois State as the Rough Riders go 1-2. Jasmine Blue of Cedar Rapids Jefferson is 3rd. We're moving on to the 200-meter dash. They start on that far side. And, Jim, we've talked about it. Running the 200 is a difficult thing.
Right. You come right out of the blocks, and you can't just keep your head down and run. You got to look, and you got to run that turn. You got to run it hard.
This is Class 3A. Olivia Loy had the best qualifying time in 3A. Carrie Defoe and ADM had the second best time, both placed in the 100. Rose Ripslinger had the 7th qualifying time, and she comes like a rocket. And Rose Ripslinger is going to win the 100 and now the 200 for Class 3A
Hey,
runners.
Rose, tell us about your race.
I was feeling good after that 100. The legs are feeling great today. I got out. It was nice to have Loy in front of me. I could watch her the whole time. I felt really strong the entire race. I haven't been very good at finishing twos. I knew I just had to lock in and finish that race.
I'm tired too when I run that type of a speed. Rose Ripslinger, the senior, also very good in soccer, as we found out this weekend. Katie Moshman from Montezuma, she wins the double, the 100 and the 200, as she takes first place there. Jasmine Stabler, a great weekend for her, for the junior from Clayton Ridge in the Guttenberg area in the beautiful part of the state of Iowa. And Jalen Roberts-Lewis also wins the 200 from Roosevelt. Great weekend for her as well. We move on now to the 4x1. This is lanes the whole way. This is an exciting race that's won, really, Coach, in the exchanges.
Right, we're in 4 here, and you're going to see Jalen Roberts-Lewis. She's going to be the second leg on this. You wonder why. Why isn't she anchoring? Well, she gets to run longer depending on where she gets the handoff.
Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Urbandale, Waukee, Dowling Catholic, all with great teams, and they are very even as they come into that 4th exchange, or to come and bring this race home.
Well, this is what drives coaches crazy, because you got great athletes, but you still got to make the handoff, and Roosevelt does great this weekend.
McKenna Schnack, Jalen Roberts-Lewis, Tiana Lewis, and it's Brianna Carter for Roosevelt is bringing home the gold for Des Moines Roosevelt. Fantastic race by the Rough Riders, and they are excited.
McKenna and Jalen, you guys are the seniors. You started it off. What's it like to end your career just like this?
It is amazing. We've been running together, McKenna and I, since like elementary school. So for us to do our handoff together as seniors.
It's just a great way to finish it together.
Yeah.
Last race of our senior year, high school careers.
Yeah.
Just so glad we're together.
Yeah.
Do it.
How about your handoffs today?
Our handoffs went as smooth as they possibly could. Just smooth all the way around.
Tell us about your anchor. You knew that you had that Jefferson kid coming up on you?
Yeah, I did. We've been running together for a while now, so I just wanted to make sure I gave it my all and came out first.
Congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
Brianna Carter is a sophomore, but that's a great Roosevelt team that goes in 48 seconds around the track in the 4x1. Jefferson is second, Urbandale's third. In Class 1A North Lynn, the Lynx win that. Springville is second, Wapsie Valley is third. Cascade, Manson, Northwest Webster, and South Hardin go 1, 2, 3 in Class 2A in the 4x1, and in Class 3A, the Boone team is first, Assumption second, and Dubuque Wahlert is third. Now, let's talk about the 100-meter hurdles. Let's run a sprint and put 10 flights of hurdles in here.
This is a tough race, and that's Mary Young, and nobody does it better than her this year. She's had the target on her back all year, the class of the year for hurdles.
Young is in lane 4. Madison Ranchow of Jefferson is in lane 5, but it's Mary Young. So smooth, so good at this race.
Mary, do you get tired of winning all the time? What makes this different?
No, it makes it different because this will be my last race as a high schooler. It felt good. I was trying to get in the 13s, but I ran a little slower, but I'm still happy. So.
What do you do with all these awards? Do you have a special room for them?
Well, I have my grad party tonight, so we'll be hanging them up today. So.
What about next year?
Next year I'll be going to Drake, so I'll be here again.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
The locals will see her again when it's time for the Drake Relays. Mary Young, the senior from Urbandale, in a time of 14.31. Mallory Vaughter finally gets the gold in the 100-meter hurdles from BCLUW. Dallas Weiss is second. Emily Matthews of Garner Hayfield Ventura is your winner in Class 2A 100-meter hurdles, and Kelsey Phipps from Mount Pleasant in Class 3A is your gold medalist. In the discus Class 2A event, 24 athletes made 3 throws to qualify for the finals. The top 8 throwers were given another 3 attempts. The longest throw out of all 6 attempts determined the standings in this event. The discus Class 2A champion was Kiana Phelps with 150 feet 4 inches. The sophomore from Kingsley Pearson Woodbury Central also won this event her freshman year and leads the nation in high school girls discus with a personal best of 179 feet 7 inches.
How do you feel about what you threw today?
It was definitely not what I wanted. I've been throwing a lot farther in practice and everything, and you know, you can't expect a PR every day. I would have liked to today, but we thought there was going to be a pretty good wind, and there really wasn't. I'll definitely shoot for winning next year and the next year after that, too.
Kiana Phelps, the winner in Class 2A. Kate Birchmeyer is second. Ashley Gaffey from Regina of Iowa City is second. Sydney Laufenberg of Prince of Peace is first in Class 1A. Haiti Landers of North Butler is second. In Class 3A, Maddie Niles of Dubuque-Wahlert is your first place finisher. In 4A, Sarah Kalkoff of Newton is your champion in the discus throw. And, you know, we talk about family and tradition. That's one thing that Kiana has going for her.
Right. Do you know that she's the second state champion in her family? Her dad, Scott, still holds the 1A boys record. He set that back in 1984.
Just like yesterday, wasn't it?
That's right. That's right.
Very good time. And you know what? We talk about families and traditions, and a lot of these schools and names we hear year after year, and who knows who will be there next year.
Right. And Kiana's only a sophomore. And just to put it in perspective, she threw 179 feet earlier in the year. The best in the U.S. by 7 feet.
Fantastic. Coach Jim Kirby, thank you so very much for being with us here at all of these halftimes today. All right, that is going to do it for us. Congratulations to all of the athletes. Tune in Monday, June 30th. Jim and I will be back for an entire hour of highlights from the 2014 Girls State Track Championships. That will be at 8 p.m. right here on statewide IPTV. Now let's go back to County Stadium with BJ Shaban and Justin Forrester for the second half of the final game of the day. It's the 3A Soccer Championships.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yes, we have the conclusion of this one in the Class 3A State Championship. Right now, Hempstead down 3-1 to Kennedy in a very action-packed first half where we saw a lot of goals, Justin.
Yes, we did. And the question now is, how do Hempstead come back from this? Do they push players forward? I think they need to. I think this is it. They've got 40 minutes to do it, and I think I would encourage them to push players forward.
Well, this is a team that scored 80 goals this season, which is the most in Hempstead history. See if they can get their offense going. In the first half, we saw a lot of highlights. Let's go to those right now as the things got started early and often. We had 2 goals within the first 10 minutes as things got started first with Kennedy, as Feltus pounded it through to get the goal, and then Duxini answered back for Hempstead. Now from the corner kick, Feltus able to find the net as Drulo got it to go through. And then the third goal of the day for Kennedy as they kept on rolling it right along. It comes off of a corner kick and going to be ruled an own goal as it went off the head of a Kennedy, or excuse me, a Hempstead player. So here's your first half statistics. You see the shots on goal. The Cougars really pounded the net. And then, of course, the corner kicks way in favor of Kennedy at 5-1. And team fouls right at 7-3, and offsides just once for the Kennedy Cougars. So the second half just about ready to get underway. And I know, Justin, we're looking for some activity. Now, Dubuque Hempstead has an opportunity to have the win. Joining us now, their head coach, Sean Esterhuizen. And, Coach, you have to feel good about having that win now at your back, but you're down by 2 goals. What's the strategy here heading into the last 40?
It's actually 0-0, and we're coming out with the win. So we're going to just play our normal game and get the goals back.
Coach, I like your positive attitude, and I guess you've been like that with your team at halftime.
Oh, yeah, but they're a great group.
How are you going to utilize Duxini in this second half?
Alicia's going to play in the midfield, attacking with Allison Bitter. And we'll see what happens. They're hungry. They want to put the ball in the net. So I think it's going to be a great half. I got to go, though.
Coach, we appreciate you the time. Sean Esterhuizen joining us from Dubuque Hempstead as the Mustangs and Cougars ready to do battle here for the Class 3A State Championship. Hempstead, of course, with a lot of work to do, down by a pair of goals. And that own goal obviously hurt them. As they try to atone for that, as we switch sides, it'll be Kennedy wearing the white uniforms and green numbers, moving it down the field from left to the right. They'll be trying to go against this win. And this one's going to be up into the air. Here comes Kennedy with another opportunity, but it goes awry, as this one is just finally booted to the far right by Dickerman.
BJ, interesting strategy from the coaching staff from Dubuque Hampstead, moving Bitter into the midfield. It's going to strengthen it up, but what's that going to do for the center back position at this point? So we'll wait and see.
Coach Sean Esterhuizen telling us, he's telling his team it's 0-0 and just go out and play. 3-1 was the final when these two played earlier this year. And in fact, it was towards the tail end of the regular season, the final regular season game for the Cougars. And did they ever turn it around, again beating Linmar, who was top ranked in the state, in the regional final 1-0. And now with an opportunity to roll their way to the Class 3A state championship. Got it just a shade under 39 minutes to play. Does Kennedy. Hempstead trying to hold it on the offensive zone here. And the weather outside is, well, rather questionable. The wind is still blowing rather hard. We had gusts today of up to 40 miles an hour. There's a lot of clouds up in north central Iowa. Fort Dodge area about ready to get some rain. But here, the sun is shining. Looks like we'll be able to get this 40 minutes of soccer in, if there's not more. We're thinking Hempstead has something left in the tank offensively.
Well, it's going to be interesting because I've just noticed that Cedar Rapids Kennedy have shaped up in a 4-2-3-1. It's going to be hard to break down the two holding midfielders because their defensive tendencies and qualities have been outstanding throughout the course of the season.
And again, Hempstead not really getting a chance to break through that line to get it on their offensive half of the field. So the Cougars really bolting it down. We mentioned a team with loads of talent. They won state championships back in 2009 and 12. They had a coaching change about 5 games into the season, and since then they've taken off. Duxini has it knocked away. And again, the Cougars hold it on their offensive half. With possession time going to be huge here in the second half, and how much energy can be expended. I mean, this is the third game in as many days. And the Cougars will just pound it out. So an opportunity for Hempstead and for Kennedy to catch their breath as Helweg is just elected to push it out. Here's O'Hare with the toss. Berenger now to Duxini. We'll try to bend it in, and this one's going to be touched and will go out of bounds. So Hempstead with an opportunity here from the corner. Alicia Duxini will take that shot. This is where things have been interesting on this side of the field today with the corner kick, as Duxini will set it up. Here's our brackets. Kennedy beat Waukee in the semis to get here, and Hempstead with a victory in the semis over Dowling Catholic. Here's the shot towards the goal, and this one's going to be headed back out. And Duxini will let it roll there. So now it'll be a toss-in since it went out on the far sideline instead of the baseline. And again, this one out, but this one last touch by Kennedy. Duxini trying to cause some havoc in the backfield, but the Cougars able to break it. Again, loads of talent this year. 4 players going on to play collegiate soccer. And this one just saved in. How about the effort there by Drulo? And O'Hare going to be bodied on the play. And the foul going against Cedar Rapids Kennedy's Anna Frericks. Now down the field. And as you see, Weigel step up. This one out. It'll be a toss in for Hempstead. Notice anything yet?
Well, I mean, they've come in. Both teams have come in and just they're trying to feel each other out for the second half. But to be honest with you, it looks like Cedar Rapids Kennedy have still kept a very congested midfield. It's going to make it really difficult for Dubuque to break down. I mean, I would look at maybe getting players into wider positions, getting the ball out wide, and trying to expose them out in those areas and behind.
Let's go, girls. Good.
Dickerman. Behringer with the pass over. It's where we've been with the congestion in the middle by Kennedy. We've seen a lot of play here at midfield.
You know, earlier, BJ, you mentioned a change in coaching staff. Andrew McKnight, I've known him for many years, and he built a foundation here. He set the expectations and standards for the coaching staff to take over. So, you know, that's all within the progression and the development of this team.
Out ahead. Gonna try to find Behringer. A foot race to the ball. Behringer. We're gonna have to be crafty in the corner. Now we'll send it towards the middle. And Hempstead missing an opportunity there as Bybee cannot corral the ball.
It looks like they've moved Allison Bitter back into a center-back position.
Now O'Hara will let it roll. And we're going to wait for substitutes as Abby Harbin will come into the game. And Annie Feltus is in for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Feltus, Annie, of course, going to be going on to play soccer at Mount Mercy. As O'Hara again will give it a toss. Here's Dickerman. Boy, a power punch down the field into the face of the wind. And if anything, able to clear it out. And this one will be out, so the Cougars will have the ball back. Not many opportunities. Now, how would you beat that congestion in the middle for Hempstead? What would be the design for Coach Vorster?
Like I said earlier, they're playing with two holding midfielders, very tight. I would try and get that ball out wide, get your wide players involved quickly as possible. So as soon as you win it in here, can you find them between the seams in the center of midfield before they get organized quickly?
How much is the wind influencing things now?
To be honest, I don't think it's really influencing the game, because Cedar Rapids Kennedy, they're getting the ball and they're actually trying to play it on the ground and keep it. It's what Dubuque Hempstead are going to do with it now. You know, with the wind behind them, they need to take advantage of this. And at some stage of the game, they're going to have to push players forward. They 3-1 down. They've got to take those opportunities.
Here's Duxini. To O'Hara. Behringer. Leave it out. O'Hara with a puncher's chance. And it will be scooped up by Weigel.
I mean, they might have to look at pushing Bitter back into the midfield, maybe pushing Duxini up into a more central role where she can run at the two center backs and possibly creating an opportunity for herself. She has the skill to do it.
Now time is called as we have more substitutes coming into the ball game. For Hempstead, Riley Adams will come in, and for Kennedy, it'll be Emily Sass and then McKenna Shares. Now towards the net, and this one will be gobbled up by Coble. Coble will mark it down the field. With the 3-1 score, you wouldn't think that there would be a great keeper play, but we've seen some outstanding plays made in the net.
Yes, we have, but on both sides, actually. Weagle's pulled off some good saves. She's come out and collected a few balls, aerial balls, in fact, with safe hands. It was just the one communication error at the back, you know, and that's when Dakshini snuck through and scored the goal.
Now we have a foul called here. And this one will go in favor of Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
Make sure we see them all. Energy, girls. Gotta be driven.
Into play with Dickerman. Now we'll put it towards the middle, and right there is the back line of Hempstead. Berenger, it's almost got to be close to getting to go time here, as we're about 12 minutes into the second half. And Hempstead hasn't had many attempts at net. They've had a corner kick opportunity, but could not cash in. Now a foul called, and Kennedy will get it. That one going against Hempstead's Riley Adams. And here come the Mustangs. Trying to find a spark. And that one out will belong to the Cougars, who've been really the surprise of the tournament. 15-6. They've kind of marched their way here to the state championship game. And they've put it together at the right time. 15-6 entering the state title contest. And really playing some outstanding soccer offense. We saw it in the first half when they've had the win at the back. Now playing a different style of ball, if you will, here in the second, as they've really clamped it up in the middle. And the congestion has almost been overwhelming here for Hempstead to try to get their offense set.
Yes, it has, BJ. They need to get the ball, Hempstead, in those terms, and play the ball quickly. 2 feet.
Here's Dakshini with an opportunity and gets it in, but an offsides call. Wipe off the goal. They called an offsides against Dakshini. No goal. And that would have made it really interesting. Wow. Let's take a look at this again. Dakshini getting a great feed there from Margaret Kratz.
Yeah, Dakshini looked like she was possibly a yard offside there, but unlucky. Maybe she needs to delay her run a bit, maybe pull a little bit wider with a bending run and then running onto the ball.
So O'Hara will give it a toss. Finally on the offensive end, and now here's Kratz just with a big wide kick. As Weigel now will punt this one. That added a little bit of juice here to this game, but Hempstead wanting to make it a little bit more interesting.
It looks like it sparked their game a bit, BJ.
Nearing the 25-minute mark to this contest. right in the middle of the field is where we stand. Bitzer will put it up in front for Duxini. And now a big push, but no whistle. So the toss in here. From the baseline towards the center. And the big kick by Kratz was disrupted on the play by Runnels. Well, again, Hempstead just cannot get some freedom. Now Runnels with the push ahead. And a good clear out by the Cougars. Owens will push it back the other direction. You have to wonder how much energy these two teams have. I know they were substituting frequently in the first half and waiting for another line change. Here's O'Hare. Trying to find Duxini out ahead, and that's just led a little bit too long.
Yeah, I think O'Hare took too much time on the ball. She should have maybe just released it a little bit earlier. Duxini was already on a run, then stopped, so the momentum was gone, and then the ball was played through. I mean, it's difficult.
I want to remind you that 2014, exciting year for Iowa Public Television Sports. Our next broadcast is a full hour of highlights from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union High School Girls State Track and Field Championships, which was held in late May at Drake Stadium in Des Moines. Tune in Monday night, June 30th, starting at 8 o'clock. Here's Duxini. Boy, might have had a chance there, but again, disrupted on the play by Langhurst. The defenders have been playing well on the back line here in the late half for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Dispelled a lot of opportunities. Weigel will keep it a line drive. Now Duxini back in. Adams will send it deep. And right there is Weigel. Weigel going to be a tough player to score against. Again, just 2 goals postseason. One of those goals coming earlier in this game. She will gamble a little bit. But Hempstead unable to cash in. Now another substitution. Coming in for Kennedy is Millette DeVore. And out will go Jessica Wagner. So the cloud starting to bank up here.
BJ, I think after that disallowed goal earlier on, it's added a bit of spark to Dubuque Hempstead. As you can see, they're coming at Kennedy.
And this one, did she get it out? She got it out for sure. And so it will be a corner kick here for Hempstead. Boy, trying to track that one down along the baseline was Langhurst, and was trying to spot it out on the sideline. So here's Duxini. Inside of 21 minutes to play, Duxini towards the net. This one's up in the air. It'll be headed back out. No rebound and put back there. So again, it's flushed out of the zone. And last touch by Hempstead here. Coming back in, Kayla Dickerman for Kennedy. Nearing the 20-minute mark, halfway through here in the late half. Here comes Hempstead again, trying to put a charge into the ball. Now out in front, the collision between the keeper and Hempstead's Rachel Bybee. Take a look at this again. This is right up front.
Very brave challenge from the goalkeeper, Weedle. Fantastic. Brave goalkeeper, BJ. I mean, she's not scared to put in a challenge.
Foul called, so here we go. Back to Hempstead. It's the Class 3A State Championship here from County Stadium in Des Moines. Here on Iowa Public Television. Justin Forster, this is BJ Shaban. This is our third championship game of the day. The 1A state title goes to Davenport Assumption with a 3-0 win over Nevada. In overtime, North Scott defeats Waverly Shell Rock 2-1. And here in the 3A title game, Cedar Rapids Kennedy jumping out early in the first half and riding it to a 3-1 lead. Here's Duxini. A lot of eyes on her from the Cougars. As again, it goes right to the middle, but the game plan for the Cougars, bottle it up. Might see a cork free. Here's Duxini, and she'll be bumped on the play. Again, no whistle, a lot of contact, and now the whistle. As I said, Kennedy's Carly Langhurst is putting a solid challenge on the ball, but now a free kick here coming from the left baseline. So another opportunity. Duxini bends it towards the net. The header goes awry. It's still on the field. Now the kick defended well. And again, the blast goes high for Hempstead. Boy, there was another chance here for the Mustangs to power one through. You take a look at it again on the penalty. As Margaret Kratz gave it a whirl, and now an injured Hempstead player down is Abby Harbin, the freshman.
BJ, going back to the free kick there, Duxini probably needs to whip that ball in with pace. You know, she's lofting it in the air, and it's kind of easy to defend. It's hard to head it towards goal. If it's whipped in and it comes off a head or a deflection, it can go anywhere.
Harbin really got knocked on the play as the congestion was all right in front of the net, and is now down on the turf. As you take a look at that Hempstead bench, a lot of players in the rotation here today. Third game in as many days. And for Hempstead with 17:50 to go, as we take a look at it again, watch Harbin down on the turf, and might have hit right on the knee of Cedar Rapids Kennedy's Marcy Christensen.
Yeah,
it's being attended to out on the field.
Yeah, it looks like she took a bit of a knock. You don't like to see head injuries, BJ, you know, with concussions, and there's been a lot of them lately, so you've always got to take precaution when something like this happens.
So Hempstead only one shot with the wind so far this half. They had 3 going against the wind. So their offense has really been slowed down. Well, statewide coverage of Iowa Girls Championship sports continues all summer long. Tune in Friday, July 25th for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Softball Championships. Live programming begins at 10 o'clock in the morning. Visit iptv.org for details of Iowa Girls High School Softball Championships. Harbin going to be helped off the field here. Again, she's rather dazed after getting knocked. Knee to head's not a good situation. Not a good situation at all. Well, the clouds have hovered over here. The wind blowing very strong today. In fact, had gusts at one point during the day at 40 miles an hour, which has really affected game plans for these two teams and also the teams in the 1A and 2A championships. And right now, as you mentioned, Kennedy really playing well, keeping the ball low, which is key against the wind.
Yes, it is, and if they can maintain that for the next 18 minutes, they would have full control of this game. As long as they possess it, rest in possession. But, you know, we'll see, because Dubuque Hempstead are now coming back into this game, and what Cedar Rapids Kennedy don't want to do is allow them back into this game.
Duxini playing it back. Over to the far side. And here comes Hempstead trying to roll it in, and again stepping up is Weigel to make the play. Libby Harmon trying to give it a whirl. And now a foul called here against Kennedy.
Gotta be stationary, ladies. Throw ball.
And we'll get a rotation of players. Now the free kick.
Yeah, the ball was rolling, so they had to retake the free kick. Ball must be dead.
And O'Hare with the big boot. And Duxini unable to track it down, so here we go with Kennedy again. And a whole line change here for the Cougars. 5 players will be coming into the game. Morgan Pesch, Anna Frericks, Carly Ellsworth, Emily Feltus, and Alex Postian, all coming into the game here for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 3-1 your score. The Kennedy Cougars trying to earn their third state soccer championship. Last time they won it was back in 2012. And Hempstead trying to find a little bit of offense here. Need to in the last 16 minutes of play. Here's Berenger. It almost appears that in the middle, Lyndon Runnels has been owning her area today for Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
Yes, BJ, she's played within a zone, and she's been very, very disciplined. She hasn't ventured forward. She's just stayed in front of the back four. She's allowed Anna Fredericks to play in front of her, and Emily Feltus. So, yeah, great job.
Duxini with a corner kick. It's towards the net, it's up, and it's right on the net. So a couple of opportunities here in the late half on some corner kicks. And Hempstead unable to get it to go through. The wind play a factor there, or how would you judge that?
Well, she's got to take the corner, and just when she takes it, she's got to swing it out into the wind. You know, it's a right-footed corner going away from goal. You know, possibly get a left-footed player on that side and swing it out and in. Sometimes that's dangerous on the goalkeeper.
So now Kennedy with their first offensive opportunity here in a while. They get it deep into the zone of Hempstead, but it will be turned over. Well, Hempstead has put a lot of pressure on Kennedy, but you mentioned just numbers, sheer numbers at midfield has really bottled up the Hempstead offense.
Yes, indeed it has, BJ. It's caused them some problems. They can't break it down at this point.
Out of the side, and now another shot on goal for Kennedy. Anna Frericks getting it done for the Cougars, and that might be it. Felt like an odd man rush here.
BJ, look at that. What a fantastic goal. 2 players on in a wide position, forced wide, in fact. Absolutely brilliant. Belted into the far post. Fantastic goal. Well done, Anna.
Sophomore earning her 3rd goal of the season. And it's 4-1 Kennedy Cougars. wow, talk about a change in the season. And nobody probably would have thought that Kennedy would be in this position. But they have taken down some giants on their way here to the championship game and now lead it 4-1 with 13:30 to play. A coaching change 5 games into the season after starting out the year at 4-1. And coming up here with a 4-1 lead. Duxini can't chase that one down as it's poked out by Carly Langhurst. Now for Hempstead, they'll play it towards the middle. Duxini got that one up. And this one out. So with a 3-goal lead, obviously for Kennedy, they want to continue to do what they're doing, but for Hempstead, I mean, time is really running short here.
Yes, it is, BJ. And as you've noticed here, Hempstead have pushed players forward, so they have one at the back, and Kennedy have pushed 2 players into the hole. But Cedar Rapids Kennedy are defending very deep. They're doing a very good job of it. And on the goal, it was on a counter-attack. So they got forward, they broke through, bam, they got the goal. And here they go again.
Kennedy trying to break through, but Hempstead right there with Lakeland Owens. Trying to send the extra player in front to get a breakaway like this. And again, Kennedy trying to clear it. Again, Hempstead will hold it. Bitter from the side. The shot is up, and Duxini will put it in. The assist to Bitter. Duxini with her 2nd goal of the game, and it's a 4-2 contest. Hold on with 11:51. Make it 11:50 to play.
BJ, I was just going to say, I've seen 3 goals in 12 minutes before, so we could have a game on our hands as the cross comes in. Duxini on the far post with a 2nd goal. Fantastic technique. Timing of the run. Actually, it looked like it came off her shin.
Hempstead will take him any way that they can get him.
A goal is a goal, BJ.
16th goal of the year. Comes in the 69th minute. 4-2 your score. This one not over just yet.
Are we in for some fireworks?
We'll see. Kennedy going to try to get one back here. The Cougars forward ahead, but O'Hare will disrupt the play. Still 3 back for the Cougars. And this one will roll towards the front, and colliding with the ball is the keeper as Coble came up and tried to knock it away, and now she's in pain.
Yeah, she looks like she's in a lot of pain there. Came out, could have been a clash of knees or shins. She came out with her shins first. Have a look here. It looks like the knees.
When she collided with Kennedy's Alex Postian. Kaylee Coble down now. And for Hempstead, they've done all year with Coble in at net. And Savea Hole or Kaylee Weiland also on the roster.
BJ, very interesting here. I've just seen the referee looking towards the bench, signaling for a change.
So we'll see what that's about.
As she gingerly gets up, I think she's going to be okay.
And when you do get injured like that, a lot of other sports you have to come out. In soccer, do you have to come out? Are you required to come out?
Well, I think Well, you're not really required to come out. But high school rules are a little bit different. If the coaching staff come onto the field, then the goalkeeper goes off. In club and FIFA, you don't.
So Sabay Hole will come into the game. The junior. Getting an opportunity here. As Coble is now out, and here comes Hempstead. So the Cougars going to try to attack here. And Hempstead will get it back down 4-2, 10:30 to play. Still some time here. Hempstead trying to find a little lightning in the bottle. And this one will be out. It'll be tossed in here by Hempstead. And it looks like Kennedy going to be going back to their bench. And now Coble will check out of the game, or back into the game, excuse me, and Hole will be out. In at net, and here come the Kennedy subs here. As Marcy Christensen's back in, along with Kayla Dickerman. Here's Hempstead from the sideline. And stepping up in on the play was Weigel. It's intercepted. You like what Hempstead is doing here?
I think at this point, BJ, they've got no other options. They've got to push players forward. They've got 4 up front right now. They have to go for it. They really do if they want to get back in this game. They could get 2 goals in 9 minutes.
Got to press to do it.
Got to take risks at this point.
Now the shot up, and this one will be hauled in by Coble. See how that right leg is doing as she punts the ball.
Fantastic touch there, by the way.
And Hempstead, as it goes deep, and they'll just clear it. This will be a toss in here for Kennedy.
Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go!
This one last touch by Kennedy, so Hempstead will have it back here nearing the 8-minute mark in this game. It's the 3A state championship here on Iowa Public Television. As we're coming down to the closing minutes of this one, Hempstead trying to fight their way back down 3-1, then 4-1. Just got a goal a moment ago by Duxini, who has 2 goals in this contest. Here's Duxini. Now measuring. The defense now will punch it down to the baseline. The big wind and boot. And Berenger with her head now, the kick, and it'll be saved by Weigel.
Great save by Weigel. Great save.
Just another day at the office here for Olivia Weigel. And this one punched out by Kennedy. Another toss in here for Hempstead. Take a look at this. This is probably one of the better saves we've seen all day, as Weigel just lurched out for the ball and got it. Here's O'Hare. Sends it towards the net. And an easy play there for Weigel. Weigel just a sophomore. really making a name for herself at the state tournament. Here's Dickerman. Now to Feltus. Now the big shot that goes high and long. Feltus had another chance at it, and Annie just put a little bit too much on it.
Yeah, Annie looked like she was leaning away from the ball when she struck it, which obviously forced it to go wide to the left-hand side. She would have got her hips around it a little more, just followed through a cross goal. It could have gone into the far post.
How interesting can this game get inside of the last 5:40?
Let's go, Green!
4-2 your score. Hempstead trying to push it into the offensive end. Here's Duxini. This one played up. Duxini fighting for the ball as Kennedy's Jordan Holmes. He's going to go on to play college soccer at Co. Went for the battle. Now the free kick. The ball was dead, and here we go. This one will be just punched out by Langhurst.
BJ, they're giving Duxini too much space out here on the left. They need to close it down quickly, and she's one player you don't want to give space to.
Here's O'Hare from the near sideline to Duxini. Now to the middle. Now the boot, and this one's going to be played by Weigel. Boy, getting another shot at it that time was Casey Risen. To Duxini. Again, Runnels right there. Foul called, so a free kick, and Duxini not wasting any time. Just punching it now. This one can be punched wide of the mark by Bitter.
BJ, is this a case of 4 minutes to go? Why don't you put everybody in the box and go for it at this stage?
We'll see if Hempstead does that. They still keep a safety back. As here's O'Hare from the corner. Big moment here for Hempstead. They punch it up, but it goes out. A little too far on the kick, and here come the Kennedy Cougars. Dickerman out ahead, has a good lead. Trying to measure it up. And this one going to be punched and scooped up as Feltus gave it a whirl. As Coble was right there to save it. 3:20 to play. Looks like in hockey, going to try to put that extra person up. Let's see if Hempstead elects to do it. As Weigel will come up to scoop up the ball here. 3:10 to play.
The only thing, BJ, when you press extra players forward, you're susceptible on the counter attack. But at this stage of the game, it doesn't really matter.
At 4-2, something's got to give here. Give yourself a chance now, trying to go with the player up is Kennedy, and O'Hara will clear this one out. Duxini trying to save it from in, but cannot. Hempstead will have the ball. 2:35 to play. It's a 2-goal lead here for Kennedy. Trying to milk this clock out and earn their third state soccer championship in their school's history. Their first since 2012. Kennedy in fine position here. Duxini and Hempstead trying to do something about it. Behringer. And again, Hempstead will try to play it deep, but a lot of white jerseys right there in midfield. So they've really collapsed down in the second half. Hempstead has had some chances, but overall, the Kennedy defense has been frustrating. Now a whistle. Foul will be called on Hempstead. So free kick here for Cedar Rapids Kennedy and Lyndon Runnels. And And inside of 90 seconds to play, Kennedy sensing a state championship here. As this one's going to be hauled in by Weigel. So they avenge. This is the second rematch we've seen today in Class 2A. North Scott avenged a regular season loss to Waverly Shell Rock. And Cedar Rapids Kennedy going to turn the table on Hempstead. Well, odd man rush. This one's up. As we're into the final minute of play. Kennedy, who fell to Hempstead and the regular season at 3-1. We're looking to win it here today at 4-2 with 40 seconds to play. Dickerman. Noble going to try to pick it up. There's Feltus hanging around the net. Now we'll punch it in, and another goal. Why not for Kennedy? Feltus pushes it through with 29 seconds left to play. Kennedy putting a big stamp on this 3A title.
Yeah, and it's a case of ball played through, held up in the wind this time. So a different type of advantage here. And Emily Feltus capitalized on it in the end. A little mistake from the goalkeeper, fumbling it. But is this a sweet revenge now? And we saw this earlier on in the day in the 2A final. Looks like we're seeing it again here in the 3A final. As you can see, just a misjudgment from the goalkeeper. Unfortunate. It happens. Emily Feltus capitalized on it.
So Emily Feltus, her 7th goal of the season, comes in the 80th minute. 30 seconds to play here. Kennedy 5-2, and Coble going to be helped off the field here, as again she re-injured her leg. A lot of energy and emotion and injury in this one.
Yeah, Coble's battled through this. It's unfortunate. Nobody likes to see players going off injured.
Cedar Rapids Kennedy in their 6th state finals appearance. And this is going to be their 3rd championship. They lost their first 3 and are going to win 3 straight since being into the finals, which has been impressive. Did it in 2009, not 12, and now 14. So Noble again being helped off the field, and what a week here at County Stadium in Des Moines. The Iowa Girls High School State Soccer Championships, with 30 seconds to play, is going to be wrapped up in the books. And Kennedy going to take home the 3A title with a hard-fought win here over Dubuque Hempstead. As play winds down, coming up at the conclusion of this one, we're going to have the post-tournament awards, and then, of course, the trophy presentation. And that is that. Kennedy, your Class 3A state soccer champion. Unbelievable turnaround for the Kennedy Cougars. The key turning point of the season was just to get to the postseason. And they cash in with some hardware. Unranked coming into the state tournament, or just postseason play, period. And they knock off the top-ranked Linn-Mar Lions in the regional final and roll right here in Des Moines. And win it 5-2 over Dubuque Hempstead in the Class 3A state championship. So now it's just about time for the award presentations, and you hear it so many times Justin, that you need to get hot in the postseason. Well, Kennedy did just that.
Yes, absolutely. Surprisingly enough, they were very well organized today. Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly enough. I should actually say I'm surprised that they were not even ranked, to be honest with you. There was a fantastic performance today, fantastic 3 days from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, from a very talented team that were very well organized in the way they played. The system worked, 4-2-3-1, two solid holding midfielders. Congratulations to them. Give some credit to Dubuque Hampstead. They came out, they fought hard. When they were down, they pushed players forward. They have some quality within the squad, and good luck to them next year.
So Cedar Rapids Kennedy, your Class 3A state champion. Dubuque Hempstead will finish as runner-up. Let's go to the postseason awards to the public address announcer and Al Hilton. Al?
Presenting the awards is Jim Wright of the Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association. Here is your Class 3A 2014 All-Tournament team. From Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Jordan Holmes. From Dubuque Hempstead, Alicia Duxini. From Dowling Catholic, Bailey Brevard. From Waukee, Alyssa Hewitt. From Dowling Catholic, Marin Daniel. From Waukee, Hannah McDevitt. From Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Kayla Dickerman. From Dubuque Hempstead, Abby Harbin. From Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Olivia Weigel. From Dubuque Hempstead, Allison Bitter. And your 2014 Class 3A All-Tournament Team Captain from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Carly Langhurst.
So there is your Class 3A All-Tournament team, headlined by the captain, Carly Langhurst, who's been quite the defender in the state tournament. Yeah, definitely. And, of course, running your team and helping your team to win the Class 3A state championship. You should take a look at the rest of that All-Tournament team there. With some outstanding players here in the Class 3A field. Last picture will be taken, and we'll be ready to go for the trophy presentation.
And now for the trophy presentation. In addition to receiving plaques, each player will receive a commemorative soccer ball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting the awards are members of the Girls Union Board of Directors, Deanne Kramer and Roger Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Class 3A runner-up, the Dubuque Hempstead Mustangs, and head coach Sean Esterhazen. And your 2014 Class 3A state champions, the Cougars from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and head coach Scott Myers.
So Cedar Rapids Kennedy, your Class 3A state champion, as they roll right through the postseason all the way to the title to earn their third state soccer championship. Job well done by the Kennedy Cougars. Let's take a look at the highlights of this one. And of course, everybody right on point to begin this one. As Kennedy got things going, so did Hempstead with Duxini. And Kennedy able to bounce one in. And here they just kept on rolling. Feltus from the corner, the kick, which was an own goal, scored against Hempstead. Now in the second half, well, even with the wind at their back, Hempstead was trying to make some things happen. Fell down, but then Kennedy comes right back with an on-man wrench, and then Feltus puts the icing on the cake here with his left-footed boot. And Cedar Rapids Kennedy, your Class 3A state champion, all smiles there in white as they knock off Dubuque Hempstead by a mark of 5-2. What a day here at the Iowa Girls High School State Soccer Championships at County Stadium in Des Moines. Your 1A title winner, Davenport Assumption, as they defeat Nevada 3-0. The 2A title game, well, it went to North Scott. They defeat Waverly Shellrock. Then, of course, here in the 3A state championship, Kennedy, your winner over Hempstead. For Justin Vorster, the rest of the crew, BJ Shaven saying so long. Coming up in July, it'll be time for the state softball championships here on Iowa Public Television. Good night, everyone.
Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Whether you live in rural Iowa or in the big city, the Iowa Network Services family of companies and your local provider are working together to keep you connected by offering technology and business solutions like internet, data networking, and other business services. The INS family of companies, keeping communities connected today and tomorrow.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2014 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.